Alright, what would a real elementary school shooting look like? I live in Stockton, California, and we happen to have had one in 1989. Cleveland Elementary School shooting, Stockton, also known as the Stockton Schoolyard shooting, occurred da 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 da. The gunman, Patrick Purdy, who had a long criminal history, shot and killed 5 school children. Now think about that for a minute. They died. And wounded 29 other school children and one teacher before committing adultery? Oh, suicide. Yeah, he committed suicide. His victims were predominantly Southeast Asian refugees. Wow, I live in a town of 300,000 and we actually had a real elementary school shooting. Now, do we really want to read this bullshit? I mean, just think about this situation for a minute, because this really happened, right? Can you imagine this? How overwhelmed the hospitals would have been? 29 other school children and a teacher were wounded. 5 kids were killed. Let's look at this thing, shall we? Oh, here's some video. This is pretty long, 34 minutes. And there is no fucking people there crying. And let's look at this scene. Walking around, people just standing around. There's bodies and what is this? What are they doing? Okay, now what the fuck is this shit? It seems like people are curious as to what they're looking at. Is this reddish? Is it blood? Why are they stepping in it? What does this have to do with the school shooting? They're looking at this shit like, what in the fuck? Alright, let's hear from the janitor. Where's that motherfucker at? Let's see. So this is a real school shooting.
We waited till the investigation, till everybody, kids got picked up. The yard came out and repaired walls, windows, holes.
Okay, so this happened and they're repairing the school that night and this motherfucker's involved?
It was later that evening when they finally removed his body from the back portables. Then myself, John, and 4 substitute custodians, we went up and did the cleanup in the rooms, the mopping of the floor.
You were mopping up blood?
To make it look, to get it ready for the next day. Especially
for the next day?
Back, no matter how.
Wait a minute. Don't you need like a week? Or maybe a month? Or maybe close down the school? What do you mean the next day?
We cleaned it. They still had
the kids are going to return to school the next day?
Until they came and they retopped the blacktop. So then it's gone. It's just, yeah, you go back and you see the hallways, you see the carpet, you see the areas.
Man, shut the fuck up. Where's the bitch? Okay, let's listen to this dumbass.
Okay, it was a little difficult to go back, but I agreed that we needed to get back soon.
The next day?
Actually, what I did was I had blood on my shirt. I was wearing a long shirt that day, and there was quite a bit of blood on it from when I was helping with the boy. Only one child that I actually helped with. And when I got home that night, I washed those clothes, and I put them right back on again the next day because I felt that if I didn't...
And you were wearing that around your house? Or did you actually go to school the next day with the children?
Probably wouldn't wear them again. And so I washed them that night, and it was done. And then I wore them again the next day. And then probably 2/3 of my students came back to class the next day. But
they came back the next day. Oh my god. Let's listen to a victim, shall we?
I was coming from knocked perspective.
Where's the fucking dude at? Where's the cop? Show the cop. Come on, dude. Let's hear your story. What happens to a child in elementary school when they get shot? Let's hear it from a man's words and his recollection.
And I didn't know what was going on. You know, I remember Scotty, saying, "I think we've been shot," and we still weren't crying. You know, we were still in shock, and it was kind of numb. You know, I wasn't in a whole lot of pain at that time. And I remember taking off my shoe and just saying, "Scotty, look at my foot. I have a hole in my foot." And I had blood on my chest, but I didn't know if the blood was from my foot or what. You know, I really wasn't paying attention to my chest. But Scotty says, "Robbie, look at my leg." And I remember there was a hole in his thigh that was probably 3 to 4. It seemed to be 3 to 4 inches wide. And I remember seeing the carpet through his leg. You know, it was just a straight hole.
And it was in cold, eerie silence.
I'm just recording this because I was looking at this thing and this shit does not make sense, and I think it was bullshit. So I'll just leave links in the description if you feel like checking it out. Might not be worth your time. I don't see what the point is, but I think we had one of these fake ass shootings in my own town.